Hey, what's happening, guys? It's Tuesday afternoon and I'm over here at the house and I just had another epic day thrifting and hitting the dump. As if Saturday wasn't already super crazy, today ended up being not quite as good, but really good. I did have to pay up a little bit. I spent about $62 total, but for what I got, it's an incredible deal. I ended up hitting the Salvation Army at about 11 o'clock. And I walked around until about 1. So I'm going to show you guys what I found, and I'm going to leave the comps somewhere on top. Some of this stuff I ended up getting for 15% off, and some of it I didn't. I actually had two different cashiers, which is why there's a discrepancy. I paid $1 for these Sony headphones. They work fine, but they're going to need new foams, as you guys can tell. These usually sell for decent money, but I'm going to have to take a little bit less because somebody's going to have to buy replacement foams. I got this pair of Bear Grips wrist wraps. I paid $1.70 for them, and I think they'll probably do okay. I'm not sure if they're new or not, so I'm going to have a closer look to inspect them. I found this pack of 2 pure filters. I recently sold one just like it, so I was happy to pick them up for $2.55. I should be able to sell these for about $17 or $18. This is an InStyler model IS1001. I've sold this in the past, but not a whole lot. I paid $2.55 for it, and they typically do alright. This is a Nestle Quick Shot. I paid $1 for this. It looks like I could probably get about 14 to 15 free shipping for this. And this is actually vintage from 1994. I found these Boston speakers. These have actually been there for a while. I really didn't want to buy them until I knew I could get them for 15% off. Today was shaping up to be one of those days where I knew I could get 15% off, so I went ahead and grabbed them. I paid $4.25 for them, and I expect to sell them for between $30 and $40 plus shipping. I also got these 2 bags of Bocce Balls. This particular one is made by Franklin, and it looks like there's a bunch of them in there. I paid $5.10 for both of these. The reason I bought it was because it looked like you could actually sell just single bocce balls. I think I saw somebody selling single ones for 12 bucks, but I'm not opposed to selling the whole set. This is probably the better set made by a company called Celsius. This was also $5.10, and there's just a bunch of balls in there. I think I saw somebody actually selling the entire set for like $25, but if I can sell 10 or 12 balls for $10 a piece, I'll probably end up doing that. I picked up that nice Villaware waffle maker. Villaware is a really good name to look out for. I believe they're made in the USA. I've sold these things a number of times. This one was only $5, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on it. I'll probably be able to sell that for really good money during the winter. I'll probably end up asking $59.95 plus shipping. And it actually comes with 2 additional plates as well, so that you can make sandwiches and stuff. I thought this was a really good find. This is a set of 6 books. They're called the Catholic National Readers Books. I looked them up on eBay and it looked like they were doing pretty good. I ended up paying $6 for these, and I should be able to sell them for between $80 and $90 plus shipping. I also found this item today for $2.55. It's an icy hot product. I looked them up on eBay and it looked like they were selling for pretty good money. This one is expired, so it probably won't bring in as much money, but I think it'll probably do okay. This is going to be a fantastic find. These are vintage Pentel mechanical pencils. They're actually pretty sought after and a bit rare. This one is model PD345T. I ended up paying 85 cents for the box. It's supposed to have 10 pieces in it, but it looks like there's actually only 9. I wouldn't be opposed to selling the whole box, but each individual pencil sells for between $15 and $25. When I was at the Salvation Army today, I saw that they were giving away board games. I guess they're trying to free up space. I picked up this Axis and Allies game. I've had decent luck selling those in the past. It looks like this was selling for decent money. I'm not sure if all the parts are there, but even if they're not, I'll be able to sell the parts individually. I got this item right here. It's a vintage foldable camping hairdryer. I couldn't find any comps on this particular model, but I've always done really well with these compact dryers. I usually put camping or RV in my description, and I've never not sold one, so I think this should do okay. I paid $1.70 for it. I also found a couple sealed CDs over there today at the Salvation Army. There was this Black Hawk Down movie soundtrack. It was $1, and it looks like they sell for probably about $10. There was also this A Knight's Tale soundtrack. This one sells for a bit more money. It was also $1. I also found this Nesco Jerky Gun. I think I ended up paying about $2.55 for this, and I think this might sell for about $15 plus shipping. So that's what I found over the Salvation Army today, with the exception of the video games, but I'll go ahead and show that stuff at the end. The thrift store was closed, so I didn't get a chance to hit that, but I ended up going over to the local dump, and I found a bunch of good stuff over there today. I filled up my IKEA bag with a bunch of vintage Rubbermaid containers. These are actually the good ones, but some of them are actually not even Rubbermaid at all. Some of these are Anchor Hawkings. I've never actually sold Anchor Hawking containers like this, but I looked them up and it looked like they were doing okay. Not all of them have lids though. Here's one of those serve and savers. You guys know I always sell these for like $17.95 in my store, so this will do well. Here's some more Rubbermaids, but they don't have the almond lids, but I still think there's value here, believe it or not. I'm a sucker when it comes to these types of vintage plastics. They've always done well for me, and I think I'm going to do well on this stuff too. I also found this book out there called Octopus and Squid. I saw one that sold with a similar book, but I didn't see one that actually sold by itself. But for free, I think I should still be able to do okay. I also found this Scrabble Folio edition over there. It looked like the comps were all over the place, but I think it'll still sell for a few dollars. I also found this Anderson split arm operator. This was sitting in the home repair section. It came with the instructions. It is pre-owned, but I think it sells for about $40. It'll probably sell for a little bit less because it's pre-owned though. I also found this Anderson part right here. It goes to a window and you're supposed to be able to crank it with this. These actually sell for decent money as well. This one is pre-owned, however, so it probably won't sell for as much as the comps say. There was this nice pair of socks over there, and I was pretty surprised to see these. They usually don't allow clothing over there, but I guess they kind of snuck this in. These are really nice socks. They're made in Vermont. They're made out of merino wool. I did not see any listed on eBay, but I think they'll do okay. They're for women, and I think I should be able to get like 10 bucks for them. I think that was most of what I found over at the dump today. So let's go ahead and get into the fun stuff. Now I just want to tell you a little backstory of what happened. Right before I was leaving, I looked through the glass window and I saw a big stack of video games. And I asked the guy if I could just have a look at the top one. And when I saw the top one, I knew that I was going to have to get this stack of games. So I went over to the manager and I asked her if she wouldn't mind letting me have that stack. I'll take them all from her right now. And she was really cool and went back and got them for me. So let me show you guys what we got. There was this copy of Star Wars, the original trilogy, but it's not actually Star Wars, it's Grand Theft Auto Vice City. I think I can get about $2 or $3 for the case, and I'll probably get about $6 or $7 for the disc. All of these games are complete in box, so I think they'll sell pretty well. I got this copy of ATV Off-Road Fury. There was this copy of Legends of Wrestling 2. These aren't like the heavy hitters, but there are a couple of those at the end. I got this copy of Midway Arcade Treasures. The box is beat up, but the disc looks good. There was this copy of Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. There was this copy of Hitman with manual. There was this copy of SmackDown vs. Raw. The case is actually damaged, but I think it'll still do okay. There was this copy of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. There was this copy of Gran Turismo 3. Some of these aren't too popular, but I think they'll do okay. I got this copy of SSX Tricky. There was this Guitar Hero game. I wanted to get this because if I ever sell another guitar, I want to have one of these to be able to bundle with it. There was also this copy of Lego Star Wars. There was this greatest hits copy of The Simpsons Road Rage. I wanted to save the 3 exceptional games for the last part of the video, so I'll show you what games I found over at the dump today. I ended up finding a small stack of Xbox titles. Nothing great, but there was a little. There was this copy of The Herbs Sims in the City. I think these are all complete as well. There was NHL Blitz 2003. This is probably a junk game. This is NCAA Football 2005. This will probably end up getting redonated back to the dump. There was this NHL Blitz 2002, and then there was this Nhl Rivals 2004. I think there might have been a couple of $12 games in there, but most of them are like junky. But I might just end up lotting them together and selling them for like 20 or 30 bucks. There was also this PC copy of Nibiru, Ages of Secrets, disc 1 of 2. I didn't see any solds on this, so this is probably just junk. This will probably get thrown away. There's also this Deer Hunter Avenger. Looks like this is selling for like $3 or $4 plus shipping. I don't really play a whole lot of PC games. I think somebody can get some more joy out of it than me. So now we're down to the nitty gritty. These were actually the best games of the lot. I found this copy of Resident Evil for the PS1, and it's in pretty good shape. The case is going to need to be replaced, but this is actually going to go in my collection, so I'm not too worried about it right now. As soon as I saw this, I knew I had to have it. It was a copy of Silent Hill 2 for the PS2. It's complete with manual, and the disc looks sharp. At some point, somebody paid $13.99, but not anymore. If you paid $13.99 for it now, you'd be getting one hell of a great deal. And the last game that I found was this very rare copy of Castlevania Chronicles. It's in overall nice condition. It has a little manual and artwork there. This is going to definitely make it into my collection. I like to collect rare video games, and I would say this is probably one of the rarest PS1 games that I've ever found. She ended up selling those to me for $1 a piece. So as you guys can see, I had a fantastic day today. I found some great stuff. As of lately, it's just been on fire, and I'm hoping my luck continues. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what you think of today's finds. If you guys have any other questions or comments, leave them below. If you guys enjoyed the video, please take a second to give me a thumbs up. It would really help me out. And as always, I'll catch you guys next time. Have a great night. All right, we got the comedian over here, guys.
Oh, not necessarily.
He's got, we're having a special dinner tonight.
Unveiling the
Look at this. What do we got? So talk to me about this. What do we got?
These are...
We got a couple of lobsters a piece.
Hard shell lobsters.
Hard shell lobsters. Now, what was the situation?
This one here was $1.5 pounds. That's yours.
We like to get lobsters for $5.99 a pound, but trying to find lobsters for $5.99 a pound, almost impossible, right?
No.
So
these lobsters, the soft shells should have been $4.99 tops.
Okay, tell us what happened. You went down there and they gave you the,
I said I want 4 lobsters, but I want them up to the upper. This is the same price for any weight. He goes, yeah. Oh, good. So I says I want some just under 1.5 pounds then. $1.5 pounds or so. I like them like that, fat like that. He says, well, let me go. I don't know about these here, but let me go check out back and see what we got going on. My friend's out there, and he comes back and he says, all we got are these 2 dead ones here.
A couple lobsters that were in need of EMS services with one claw missing. So Mr. K ended up having to go over to the higher end store and getting us some lobsters. They actually look pretty good though. How much were these guys?
You got $65 right
$65 in lobster. We got the corn here.
Sausage.
And you don't want to forget your melted butter.
No, I got that right here.
There's actually sausages in the corn. That's going to be good.
Yeah, you got sausages, steamed sausages.
Steamed sausages.
This corn I picked this afternoon right across the street.
Yeah. Now, just to let you guys know, even though we live in New England, we don't actually eat this kind of food regularly. 1 to 2 times per year, tops. If I could eat lobster every day, I probably would, but then I'd get the gout. The only thing we have for a tablecloth is this super filthy material. And I said, Mr. K, have you got something else so that I could take, you know, a good video? And he's like, it's good enough for this neighborhood, but it doesn't matter to me because we're probably just going to mess this thing up anyway.
Clean when you're doing it.
No. So what are your thoughts so far? Pretty good?
Well, I'm having a my beer is probably full of lobster. I'll be pulling lobster meat out next week.
But it's good, right?
Yeah, very good.
All right. He likes to eat that green stuff right there. What is that called? That's the...
my mother had a name for it.
He sucks this out, and He loves it.
Yeah, it's very, very sweet.
Yeah.
And very healthy.
I'm not a big fan of it, but he loves it, so I give him mine too.
Because you don't like the color of it.
I know, it's kind of like pistachio pudding. Hey, how's it going? I'm over here just hanging out with Mr. K. He's currently enjoying some watermelon. How's the watermelon, Mr. K? We're doing something we haven't done in a long time. We're sitting out here burning some wood. We're having a campfire. Probably haven't done that since I was a kid. Anyway, I would say it was a pretty successful day. Found hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of stuff today. Had lobster. So I would say I would give you 2 thumbs up if my other hand wasn't holding the camera.